Sri Lanka is ready for the Russian COVID-19 vaccine, pending approval from the National Medicines Regulatory Authority. Showers exceeding 100 millimeters expected in several parts of the island. Stock of ice drugs seized in Koskoda. Trump takes final swipes at China's big companies. Hello there, very good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Satyanesan. Let's start off with a look at your lead story for this afternoon. The State Pharmaceutical Corporation has requested permission from the National Medicine Regulatory Authority in order to bring down the Russian COVID-19 vaccine to Sri Lanka. Chief Executive Officer at the National Medicine Regulatory Authority, Dr. Kamal Jayasinghe, said that an expert committee is considering this request. He added that a time frame for the import of vaccine cannot be announced yet. Meanwhile, the total number of COVID-19 patients in Sri Lanka rose to 50,899. 670 patients were identified yesterday. 43,747 patients have been discharged from hospitals after making a full recovery. 4 more COVID-19 deaths were reported yesterday. The deceased include 3 men who are residents of Dummala Surya, Galgamua and Colombo 13 and a woman residing in Gintota Gaul. The COVID-19 death toll in the country currently stands at 251.
The All-Island Nurses Union staged a strike at the Peradeniya Teaching Hospital today. Our correspondent said the strike began at 8 a.m. today and will continue until 10 p.m. The strike was staged against the cancellation of the special holidays of the staff due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Staff members were brought to other hospitals in groups, but the same is not followed here. There was a mechanism like that, but it was changed. We request that staff be brought in groups so that if anyone tests positive for the virus, that team can be kept at home and bring the other team to work.
The director of the Peradeniya Teaching Hospital expressed the following remarks.
About 150 members of our staff have been placed under quarantine. Against a backdrop where so many members of our staff been placed under quarantine, we cannot bring only a part of our staff to work and allow the other group to stay at home. We need to continue to provide all services at the hospital. We need a certain number of staff members to do that. When only a certain group of the staff is brought to work and the rest are kept at home, we cannot continue to provide all the services at the hospital. Also, there is a certain risk involved when staff members go home on leave as well. Views were expressed in the political arena with regard to the East Container Terminal of the Colombo Port.
Instead
of taking back the Hambantota port to the government, the team led by Nandasena is trying to give the remaining terminals as well. We are not aware of these underhand deals. During the past, they gave away the most important terminal of the Colombo port. The southern terminal of the Colombo port was given to China, and they are going to give the east terminal of the Colombo port to India. To retain power, this government is following a policy to sell the whole nation to pay back the 1.8 billion loan. Did we win or lose? The economic growth rate, which was at 5% in 2015, has dropped to 2.2% in 2019. The Hambantota port was a great asset to build our economy. It was given for a 99-year lease. The leader of this country is elected only for a 5-year term. Once Mihindu Thero is one of his speechings to King Devanampiya said that King is just the caretaker of this land and not the owner. They are not the owners of this land. If they are given the power for 5 years, how can they sell these lands for 200 years? The The president had made it very clear that the East Terminal would not be sold or leased out. These criticisms on the Colombo port are being raised by the people who were silent when Hambantota port was given to China, abusing the power given. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and our government will not join any international agreement that will bring adverse effects to this country.
පහරක් වෙන වැරදීමක් වෙන වන්දි ගෙවන්න සිද්ධ වෙන කිසිම ජාත්‍යන්තර කිවිසුමකට හෝ වෙළඳ ගණදෙනුවකට ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ ජනාධිපතිවරයා වශයෙන් අපේ ආණ්ඩුව සම්බන්ධ වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක විතරයි මට කියන්න පුළුවන්.
People around the country have been affected due to the adverse weather conditions prevailing in the island.
Two sluice gates at the main area reservoir were opened by 6 inches each this morning due to the rising water level following heavy showers in the Polonnaruwa district. The excess water is released into the Kaudula lake along the Agalawana Oya at a rate of 300 cubic feet per second. Meanwhile, our correspondent said that around 50 houses in Agbo-Popura, Potankadu and Peraru areas in Kantale have been inundated. Residents pointed out that the lack of a proper drainage system in the area is one of the main reasons for these floods. A nuga tree which fell on a line of shops in the Kantale town have caused severe damages.
The Met Department forecast showers at times in the northern central, eastern, central and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district. Fairly heavy rainfalls, about 75 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the eastern, Uva, north central provinces and in the Matale district. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places elsewhere after 1 p.m. and heavy falls, about 100 millimeters, can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamu provinces and in the Gaul and Matara districts. The Met Department advises the general public to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers.
The Colombo High Court today held that the case filed at the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court against former Minister of Trade Johnston Fernando and 2 others over the use of 153 employees of Satosa for political activities was illegal.
The case is filed by the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery and corruption. Colombo High Court Judge Manjula Thilakaratne, who considered the revision application filed by Johnston Fernando against the decision of the Colombo Magistrate Court to proceed with the case, accepted the preliminary objections filed by the counsel representing Johnston Fernando and made the order. The former chairman of Satosa, Nalin Ruanjit Fernando, and former operations director of Satosa, Mohammed Sakir, were also named as defendants in the case filed at the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court by the Bribery Commission.
18 kilograms of controlled drug named Ice was discovered in a luxury bus traveling to Colombo. Police media spokesman DIG Ajit Rohana said the raid was carried out by the Colombo Crimes Division based on a tip-off received.
At
around 5:30 this morning, a special operation was conducted by the Colombo Crimes Division in Haggala that falls under the jurisdiction of the Kosgoda Police. The Colombo Crimes Division received a tip-off that drugs were being transported on a luxury bus. This luxury bus had departed from Gaul this morning. When the bus was searched, the police discovered 18 parcels with the drug known as ice. A 27-year-old suspect was arrested. The bus has also been impounded by the Colombo Crimes Division.
Today's U-Report was filed by U-Reporter Kumara Ihelagedara.
News First U-Report.
This is the Kandalampara main road in Dambulla. The road is in a dilapidated state and the repairs on this road have been stalled. This road connects a number of major towns and is used by many motorists. Area residents request for the road to be renovated as soon as possible.
News First U-Report.
From that, we bring to a close this edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. For details of the stories and much more, simply log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Martin Satyanesan, along with producer Sanita Sena Naika. You have yourself a wonderful day.